can you just let that go? So can we let that go? This, like, we need for things to be in this perfect order according to the rules we have up here. The fridge needs to look this way. The dishes need to be put away this way. The laundry needs to, whatever the things are, right? Like, it doesn't all have to be house related.
Mm-hmm.
I need external things to be this way in order for me to be okay, because I'm not okay in here. So if I can, like you said in the beginning, if I can come back to my own inner peace,
Mm-hmm.
to my own love for myself, and I am steady and grounded in who I am, and that is love itself, then do I really care about what the fridge looks like? Do I really, is the fact that, the black socks got washed with white socks, is that really going to ruin my day?
Mm-hmm.
No, because it's an irrelevant small thing, right? Because I know that there's a bigger thing that's at play here. And my purpose isn't to control my husband and my children. My purpose is to learn how to love myself so that I can love them from a space of not needing them to be a certain way and do things a certain way, but loving them for who they are. So then they too feel comfortable enough to be vulnerable, even if they screw up, that they're not going to get in trouble and get their heads cut off by mom. But we screw. And then everyone feels safe enough to come as they truly are. And then they feel seen, because so often we need our kids to be this way. Like, I learned this with my kids when things started to shift. I remembered reading somewhere, when your son or daughter walks in the room, does your face light up because you see them? Or are you like tucking your shirt, your shoes are dirty? And it stopped me in my tracks, because your hands are dirty. Or like, what am I saying to them? I only love you if you come not messy. And I was, because in my head, I needed them to be that way, for me to be like, now you're lovable. And that's horrible. But that's how I was taught to love when I was little. So I started to say, oh my God, if this isn't love, taking care of my kids, what I perceived I was doing, teaching them to be responsible, if that's not what love is, then what is it? And I had to go find that too, And so now it's all again in here. Like, can love just be this energetic feeling that I am feeling for myself first, that then I give it to others around me, and it's without doing anything for them, just by being who I am, they feel my love. And then it just becomes a safe space for everybody to be who they are. And then you're seen, and then you're heard, and then you're loved, which is something we're all seeking, but yet we hide because it's never safe to come open-hearted, because we might get hurt. So then it just shifted my world, where it was like, wow, I'm still needing for things to be okay out there so I can feel okay in here. That's reverse. What can I find in here that then the outside world, it is what it is, but there's love in my heart.
I mean, that's so profound. Just, coming back to the whole concept of love, because even when you're talking about that, I know for me, I'm learning to love myself too, because I grew up as, like you said, a performer. Look at me. Look what I accomplished in my mind. And I'm not even putting that blame on anyone else in my life. In my mind, that is what I equated love to be. I get straight A's. I'm the editor of the paper. I'm the head cheerleader. I performed here. Whatever it was, like, that to me equaled you're amazing and you get love in that way. And we actually are experiencing that with my daughter now. I'm starting to already see it, and she's about to be 4. And I'm really trying to reverse course, because I don't want her to have to search in her 40s the way I am of how to really love myself. I mean, even this last couple of days, we've been trying to teach her how to ride her little bike, her balance bike. And, I'm giving her praise as she's doing it, but I'm also trying to be like, I'm so happy you're showing up and you're putting in the work, trying not to be like, you did it. And even she went up to my husband and said to him, Daddy, are you proud of me? I did it. And he's like, he is hyper aware of like how I approach everything by my achievement. So he's really trying hard. He almost like doesn't want to tell her he's proud of her, because he doesn't want her to think that that's how you get his love.
Yeah.
He's just like, I'm proud of you for doing this, honey. I'm proud of you no matter what, being really hyper aware of that. Like, you don't have to perform. But I mean, there's even, like you said, with like your fridge being the right way, there's industries built around control. I mean, there's industries built about keeping everything just such a way, multi-billion-dollar industries. Like, why? How do we go there? Like, how do we let go of that fear and really just accept that love? Let go of that control. Like you said, control it comes from fear.
Yeah. I think by having conversations like this, I mean, and I think by recognizing, like, for you to recognize that this is how you got love, that needs to happen, because, what's the saying? Like, you have to, if you don't transform it, you transmit it. So you have to see that that's how you perceived love when you were little, so that you can decide, this is not what I want for my little girl.
Right.
And you get to say, this ends with me. And that's what, for me, the big motivator was, I'm going to heal all the trauma that's been constantly passed down generations, and it ends here, so that I can be free. Why we left Poland for freedom. And I'm like, this is it. It looks different than what my parents thought. Like, it's in here. It stops here, so my kids can be free. And I'm not talking from communism. I'm talking about inner freedom, which is, that's the thing. And so I think, is she proud of herself, right? It's teaching her to be like, well, it doesn't matter what daddy thinks. Doesn't really matter what mommy thinks. I mean, sure it does, but like, how do you feel, honey? Right? Are you so proud of yourself? It's so empowering. And it's like teaching her that pride, if it comes from your own heart, like, that's teaching her to like take her power back, because we so often give it away to other people, to circumstances, whether or not you get a raise, whether you get X amount of likes on social media, whether you got promoted, how big your house is. Like, what if I am so proud of myself that I don't care what dad thinks. I mean, of course, it's her dad. She's always, but you know what I mean? Like, that the root of pride is in her own little heart. And it's like, it's all about that feeling. So it's like accessing the pride or the love within our own, it's generating it in here for yourself, and then I really have found that the more I find the thing that I am seeking out there, the more I find it in here, love, acceptance, freedom, belonging, then the external world only mirrors what I'm already feeling out here. So now the foreigner girl gets to show up all kinds of places. And because I belong to myself, I belong everywhere, and it took a decade to get there.